Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's great to meet you here again. A couple minutes after noon, but glad to see you here on Thinking Tuesday. So, I'm glad that you're joining me, some of you for the first time, some of you for several weeks have been following. So, I'm glad to see you here today. As you gather with your family and your friends this week, or next week actually, Um, I wanted to ask you to think about some things that you may not have been giving a lot of attention to, but I'll talk a little bit more about that as we get going. But for those of you who are joining us for the first time, again, welcome. This is Thinking Tuesday, our weekly time to get together to elevate our minds by intentionally looking at what we're thinking, and not just what we're thinking, but how we're thinking, and what changes might we need to make to align our thinking, our thoughts, with our dreams and our goals, and living the life that supports a positive personal growth. Isn't it great to know that we have the ability to do that? Because sometimes we forget. So it's important to devote some time regularly to this type of reflection so that we can be more in control of what drives our decisions and our behavior. We are more successful when we can balance spontaneity of decision with deliberate thought to obtain specific outcomes. If we're not cognizant and fully engaged in the type of thinking that drives our decisions and our behaviors, then we are at the mercy of any unexamined thought and belief that may cause us to make the wrong decision, take the wrong actions that can have a negative impact on our lives. So that's what we spend time on thinking doing. You might think in Tuesday doing. You might find yourself asking, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I have bad luck? Calling it bad luck actually puts the responsibility outside of yourself. You will tend to see yourself as a victim, someone who things just happen to, someone who has no recourse. But that's not true at all. That's the furthest thing from the truth. The driving force behind your decisions and your actions are your thoughts and your beliefs. So you have full control over that. So on Thinking Tuesday, we take stock of those thoughts that are residing in our minds, how they're serving us or how they're not serving us. So don't let those thoughts, don't let any thoughts, any thought at all, occupy your mind rent free without checking in occasionally to see how they're serving you. Because whether you're aware of them or not, they are working in the background. And that's what's driving behaviors and actions. So, our slogan for Thinking Tuesday, as many of you know, is your mind is a garden. Your thoughts, yes, your thoughts are the seeds, and you can grow either flowers or you can grow weeds. So here on Thinking Tuesday, we get rid of those weeds, those negative thought patterns, and self-limiting beliefs that do not serve us in our personal growth journey. And we replace them, yes, we replace them with flowers, which are the positive, self-affirming thoughts that support the attainment of our goals and our dreams and move us closer to actualizing our potential. Again, we have that control. So today, as I mentioned a little earlier, I want to talk to you about something. I thought I'd talk to you about something that we should all be looking at, we should be thinking about. I want to spend some time reflecting on the concept of gratitude. Because although we should be expressing gratitude daily, as we approach Thanksgiving, though, it causes us to be more mindful about what we can be grateful for. So, despite the challenges that we have all been facing and that we've faced because of this COVID pandemic, despite the challenges of the natural disasters that we have experienced recently, and they seem to be just more frequent, despite the challenges of everyday life, despite all of those things, we can always find something to be thankful for. Just think, and you will find reasons to be thankful and grateful, even if it's just for a small thing. So what are you grateful for as we reflect on our lives and the challenges that we have or are still facing? What are you grateful for in the midst of these challenges? Because challenges force us to look at our situation, at our relationships, at our capabilities. Yes, we find out a lot about ourselves during challenges. Our goals, our lifestyle. It forces us to look at our lifestyle, our careers, in ways that we never may have thought about before. What have you learned about yourself that you can be grateful for? And how have you grown? How have you grown? So when we talk about gratitude, it begins with a certain mindset. It begins with an attitude of humility. And you may say, humility? I'm not weak, but humility does not mean weakness. Far from it. It means that one is secure in themselves to know that they don't have all the answers. And they are aware, they have an awareness are willing to seek out others for assistance or support at specific times. Humility allows you to accept help or support without feeling that you're lesser than. You're not lesser than because you ask for support or help or because you accept it. And it doesn't mean that you're impoverished either. If you want to grow personally, then you have to be humble enough to learn from others or learn from your mistakes or your experiences. So this attitude of humility allows you to be grateful to others and be grateful for even the challenges that might cause others to buckle and walk away in defeat. That's not what you want to do. That's not what I'd like to see for you. Think hard and allow yourself to acknowledge someone or something that you have not expressed gratitude towards, or that you might be resisting. You may have been resisting expressing gratitude towards that person, that thing, for all the wrong reasons. But sometimes we don't want to express gratitude to people because they will see us as weak. We don't want to give them the upper hand. But do you see how those thoughts, that mindset, do you see how it can keep you bound? It can keep you bound. And it does a disservice to yourself when you don't allow yourself to move past obstacles that keep you bound. Last week, I spoke about the fact that oftentimes the ball and chain are not on our feet, but on our minds. Because just like the elephant that I referred to last week, who feels that he can't move beyond his current location because he was trained to stay in a restricted place by a strong rope tied to his feet, even after the strong rope was removed. So it is with us. Sometimes. When we allow our negative, restricted mindset to prevent us or restrict us from adapting an attitude of gratitude that can really free us up to new feelings, new and improved relationships, a new outlook, new ideas, increased self-confidence. Now, who doesn't want that? Motivation. It also can give us a new sense of freedom and a whole lot more, a whole lot more. Just imagine the weight off your shoulders, the feeling of being uplifted when you can show gratitude. Just think about how you feel when someone shows gratitude. But when you show gratitude, there's a feeling of being uplifted, knowing that you don't have to go it alone, because you don't. That others are willing to assist, and they're just waiting for you to ask. And you can be grateful to those persons. That you don't have to put up a facade that you know it all, because frankly, that's a burden. That's really a burden that I personally do not want to carry. It's debilitating and it's energy sapping when you have to pretend that you know all the answers and you can do it by yourself. And I mentioned a few weeks prior to that that's not self-care. In fact, that's self-neglect. So don't be too proud to express gratitude. Don't be too proud to express gratitude. You do others a disservice when they have helped and you don't show gratitude, and you do yourself a disservice because you don't allow yourself to connect with people. You don't allow yourself to build new relationships. You don't allow yourself to improve new relationships. You don't allow yourself to experience yourself in a new way. So in this season, during the season of giving thanks, spend some time reflecting on what you can be grateful for and who you can express gratitude towards. Acknowledge the easy ones. Yes, some of them come easier than others, but allow yourself to reflect on the not so easy ones. Get outside of your comfort zone. Do some real digging. Then decide, how do you want to express your gratitude to that person? If it's in prayer, do so. If it's to someone in particular, a phone call, a text message, an email, or certainly face-to-face is even better. Those will do. But start where you can. Start where you can. If it's a situation or an experience that you're grateful to have had, try journaling about it. Journaling helps you to think through the experience, to feel those feelings, to think beyond what you may normally do. Try journaling about it to really allow yourself to explore and fully understand how this experience has helped you. What is it about this experience that is meaningful to you? And how can you share that experience, if appropriate, with others? Because others can benefit from that as well. Just the thought of being grateful and having the awareness of how we can develop an attitude of gratitude is so uplifting, to me at least, and can be to you as well. So I hope you will, as you gather with your family and your friends for the Thanksgiving celebration, if that's what you do, don't let your thankfulness end when the gathering ends, but keep the attitude of gratitude always. If you really think, you will find reasons to be thankful. And you might not even have to think as hard as you might think you have to. But allow yourself to think hard if you're having difficulty. You will find some. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I am grateful to you for tuning in every Tuesday at noon for Thinking Tuesday. As usual, I invite you to share this message with a friend, a colleague, a loved one who could benefit from this, and I don't know of anyone who could not benefit from a message such as this. So think about who you might share this with. Visit my website, drcherylburton.com, to see the services and the programs that I offer for your personal and professional growth. And I especially want to invite you to take a look at my Black Friday offer, which begins later today at a whopping 75% discount to help you begin the new year creating that new you. It's a 60-day accountability coaching group program, which is geared to help you start that project or dust off that project that you want started, to do something different that you have been wanting to do but may have been afraid to do, don't know how to start. Whatever it is, I will help to hold you accountable to achieving that goal that you have, that dream that you have. It will be a confidential community of like-minded people, your peers, who are on the same journey. Whatever that project is, you bring it and we'll discuss it. I'll guide you through it over a 60-day period. All of the instructions will be on the website in the offer. Don't be afraid to get started. You only get further when you take the first step. So check it out on my website later today. I want to see you have a win during the new year. I want you to invest in yourself. No more procrastination, no more excuses. Get rid of the fear, because fear does not necessarily mean that you have to abandon whatever it is that you're trying. Dr. Cheryl is available to help get you started and keep you on the path. So take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy your friends and your family. I certainly will be. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon on Thinking Tuesday. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Enjoy everyone that you will be seeing. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful to those who have helped you. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon for Thinking Tuesday. Take care. God bless you. See you soon. Bye-bye.